Miente. This is the podcast of Christelle, Nadia, Fotso. We are October 8th, 2025. It is important to always tell you where we are, to always remind you what this is all about and why I am talking to you about all of this. I could do this silently, negotiate, try to get a deal, and then enjoy money quietly. But this case has been about more than money. It has been about disability. It has been about African wealth. It has been about fighting the narrative that is always very, very comfortable when it is Africa. You're talking about money, wealth, fortunes. Always those attempts to delegitimize, create false narratives, make Africa smaller, degrade Africans, especially when they succeed, especially when they learn the rules of the game and win and earn more than a moral victory. Start making dinero, money. We started season 2 telling you one thing. We are taking our fight to the United Nations and to the African Union. Yes, there is a convention on the rights for people with disabilities. And yes, there is an African Commission for Human and People's Rights. So we filed complaints. The heart of this case is in Geneva. I talked to you about Catherine Crochet, the attorney who managed my father's wealth for over 30 years, who is a member of the Geneva bar. I talked to you about her past, the allegations against her, the fact that she has been demoted in her firm, her two firms, Apricus Finance and CJC Advisors. Strangely, the Geneva Bar Association has done nothing. I name names and I use precise language to tell you about what they did. I said Catherine Thérèse Crochet stole my dad, Victor Fotso Victor's money. Then Miente, I talked to you about 6 banks so far which have acknowledged having my dad's assets, which have recognized my standing. We are not talking about Cameroonian banks, African banks. We are talking about major international banks, sophisticated institutions. They have recognized having my dad's assets and they have recognized my standing. What is undeniable in this case is that there has been, at least for the last 5 years, a criminal activity which explains the financial violence, why they used my disability, digital expressions, social media, using the network to make sure that I'm never able to fight. I named the banks Barclays, JP Morgan Chase, LGT Bank, LLB, Bank Freak, and HSBC Bank. 6 so far. Then, niente, I talked to you about Pierre Castel, who is one of the wealthiest men in France and in the world. He makes most of his money in Africa. He was my dad's business partner. I talked to you about my relationship with him. I went to him to ask for help. What his personal assistant did by mocking my disability, limping, imitating the way I walk. Pierre Castel has a significant role in this story. And last week, I filed a criminal complaint against Pierre Castel. This week, Miante, we are opening a new front. I filed a formal complaint against all the 6 banks, basically stonewalling. Miente, that's the story. I don't think for 1 minute that this is about me or that this is just about my father. This is about disability. This is about African wealth. And this is about why some powerful people, even in 2025, think it's possible when they are dealing with Africans, no matter who they are. No matter who they are. Filing a complaint, making it public with the financial regulators in the UK, in Switzerland, in Liechtenstein, and in the United States of America. Just to let them know what is happening and to make sure that they don't have any excuse for ignoring this matter. But when it comes to African money, African wealth, there is always this narrative that, oh, the smell. Well, Africa is poor. Africans are supposed to be poor. So, yeah, let the Swiss, the French, international banks steal, because we don't want African wealth to go from one generation to the next. On Monday, I put international financial regulators on notice because this is a fight where there are so many fronts. I am this Wednesday also putting social media on notice. There is a shadow war to make sure that the information is contained and that they frame the narrative so that they can make this a Cameroonians and Africans matter. Because then, Miante, it is controllable. People won't care. I am telling people why they should care. African wealth matters. African lives matter. Disability matters. Fotso matters. And yes, truth matters. So, judicial authorities have been able to find a way to say this is a private matter. This is a family matter. This is a Cameroonian matter. And by taking my case to the United Nations, to the African Union, by naming Catherine Crochet, by filing a criminal Swiss complaint against Pierre Castel, by naming the banks, by filing a complaint with the international financial regulators, and today, by alerting social media, Meta, TikTok, LinkedIn, I am showing the shadow wars. And I am connecting the dots. I refuse to back down. It's because I know what is at stake. I cannot legitimate monstrous attempts to devalue African stories and to debase Africans when they are able to be successful, especially when that success leads to wealth. So, yes, I am not backing down. This is David against Goliath. But I welcome the challenge because it is about damn time that somebody, even a physically challenged African woman who happens to be an American trained lawyer, says, no, this stops here. You are not going to get away with this. I am not going to negotiate. You are going to have to kill me, to silence me, to make me give up. Miente, please read the complaint to financial regulators that I made on Monday and the one that I made to social media today. It's all on my Substack. My voice is our weapon. See you next week, Miente. Et on reste ensemble.